Okay, thank you. So the plan of the session for today is just to introduce you to Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, talk to you a little bit about the Islamic Finance Center, share with you the professional qualifications that we offer at BIBF, and then in terms of exploring way forward, and question answers, if any, that you may have, inshallah, along the way. In terms of Bahrain Institute of Banking and Finance, it is the the training and consultancy arm of the Central Bank of Bahrain. So we are the official training center when it comes to Central Bank of Bahrain. We have been established since 1981, so it has been about 43 years, 42 years since we have been established. We are a not-for-profit organization. The aim of the BIBF is to enhance capacity within the different sectors it operates in, most importantly, the banking and finance sector. So in terms of the programs that we offer more than 600 programs on an annual basis. These are programs of different nature: academic programs, professional qualifications, short courses, as well as some bespoke specialized offerings that we do. In terms of our bandwidth and footprint, we operate in various countries and geographical locations. Of course, hosted in Bahrain, but we serve the global market through the various initiatives that we have. So as we speak, we have been operating in more than 64 countries in different parts of the world. We do work with Islamic Development Bank, Islamic Financial Services Board, the World Bank, AOFI, and other infrastructure organizations within the industry, in terms of delivering knowledge and enhanced capacity within the industry. In terms of course, we work with various different institutions of different types. We work with regulatory organizations, we work with standard setting bodies, we work with banks and financial institutions at different levels, at the executive level, at the operational level, as well as at the graduate level. So we operate at different and work with different institutions. We do also develop content for different qualifications out there. For example, this is in addition to the existing offerings that we have. For example, the Islamic Financial Qualification that CISI offer, the curriculum was written by BIBF. Similarly, we are in the process of developing an Islamic Finance Qualification with the CFA Institute or CFA Bahrain Society. Additionally, this is over and above the ADIF program or the ADIF program that I'll share more details about. And of course, we do offer the development of content when it comes to insurance industry, as well as a master's in Islamic finance with the Coventry University, as well as we're developing a master's program with Strathclyde as well. In terms of our, the governance structure, we are governed by a board of directors, and a board of directors is headed by the governor of the Central Bank of Bahrain, His Excellency Rashid Al Maraj. So he's the chairman of the board of directors, and the rest of the board of directors is composed of senior officials, professionals within the industry. So these are CEOs of banks and financial institutions, insurance companies, and other independent leaders. As I said, we operate within different centers. So through the different centers, as the name suggests, banking and finance is probably one of the most important centers we operate. Islamic finance is one of the important centers. The other centers include digital transformation and project management, insurance, leadership and management, and academic studies. So through these different centers, we offer different types of qualifications. We offer academic qualifications through the likes of we work with, through the likes of undergraduate programs like bachelor's, as well as master's programs. So we work with the London School of Economics, we work with Bangor University, we work with Strathclyde University to offer the academic programs, as well as with DePaul from the US. When it comes to professional qualification, Islamic Finance Center itself operates, offers 2 professional qualifications, as well as other short courses. When it comes to other centers, we offer specialized training programs, professional qualifications from insurance department, banking and finance, leadership and management, as well as short courses, executive education programs, and other bespoke training sessions. We also offer very specialized programs for different sectors of the industry. For example, we are working with the Ministry of Interior in terms of offering various programs. One of them is on the crypto assets. We are working with the Ministry of Justice and Islamic Affairs in offering a very specialized program for judges. This is beneficial in particular when it comes to Islamic finance, because AOFI Sharia standards are mandatory in Bahrain, and we are working with the Ministry of Justice and Islamic Affairs to enhance understanding and knowledge of the judges when it comes to understanding AOFI standards. Similarly, we are working with other organizations and different organizations of different nature. We offer, as I said, in programs at executive level, operational level, graduate level. So we do run programs for board of directors, senior management, executive management of banks and financial institutions as part of the regulatory requirement that they have to adhere to. We do have some initiatives in terms of women development or women's on board development for women, or as women are taking more and more active role in the professional careers. We work with various organizations in terms of shaping, selecting, and training various women as part of a specialized program. We call it Women on Boards Development Program. And this is an annual program that we run with the various stakeholders, in particular a bank. Are there any questions so far? Brother Hassan, is there any hand raised?
No, Rizwan, so far there is no question.
Okay. Excellent. So when it comes to the Islamic Finance Center, Islamic Finance Center was established in 1997. So it's one of the oldest Islamic Finance Center which was established at that time when Islamic finance was developing. Now, just for your information, as you may know, Bahrain, there are 7 infrastructure organizations within the global Islamic banking and finance industry. So this includes the like of AOFI, IIFM, Islamic International Rating Agency, SIBAFI, IFSB in Malaysia, the Arbitration Center, Islamic Arbitration Center in UAE, International Islamic Liquidity Management in Malaysia. So there are different infrastructure organizations. What is common among the infrastructure organizations, in particular for when it comes to Bahrain is host to most number of global infrastructure organizations. So for example, Bahrain is home to AOFI, IIFM, Islamic International Rating Agency, as well as SIBAFI. So these are the 4 organizations that Bahrain. So Bahrain has been playing an instrumental role in the development of Islamic banking and finance. As such, it has been a hub for Islamic finance. So even if in terms of the size of the country, it's a very small country with a small population, but has been playing a very active and strong role in terms of development of Islamic banking and finance, led by the government, led by by the Central Bank of Bahrain, as well as His Excellency the Governor Rashid Al-Miraj. So in terms of the role of BIBF has been supporting this role of Bahrain being the hub of Islamic finance in terms of providing or enhancing capacity within the industry. So we do that in particular in terms of enhancing capacity, and we do that through 2 professional qualifications. One is called Advanced Diploma in Islamic Finance. It's again a postgraduate qualification which addresses the needs of Islamic and traditional financial institutions. The idea is to provide a comprehensive understanding of Islamic finance through this program. The second program that we offer is Advanced Diploma in Islamic Commercial Jurisprudence. This is again a qualification which is more targeted towards people who would like to enhance their understanding of fiqh al-mu'amalat in particular. So the jurisprudence of the jurisprudence when it comes to the Sharia and the rules that are applied through it in the Islamic financial transactions or Islamic commercial transactions. So these are the 2 professional qualifications that we offer. In terms of where they are placed, so these are the only two professional qualifications that are at level 9 when it comes to local national quality framework. So this is very important to mention because these are the only two professional qualifications that are within Bahrain that are offered at that level, which is equal to a master's degree. It's not only for Islamic finance, but any other qualification. These are the only two qualifications that are at level 9 in Bahrain, so which is defined as equal to a master's program. Now, excuse me, the advanced diploma, the ADIF program, in short, as we call it, this started back in 2003. So this happens to be the oldest professional qualifications within Islamic finance. Since then, more than 1,000 people have taken these two qualifications. So since 2003, more than 1,000 people have taken this qualification, and these are different types of individuals, professionals who either work in the Islamic banking and finance industry, or work in a traditional banking and finance industry, or are legal advisors, or are other professionals that operate within the industry. Additionally, BIBF, through the Islamic Finance Center, work with various regulators and policymakers around the world. This includes banks, Islamic financial institutions, governments around the world. So we work with World Bank, we work with Central Bank, we work with government agencies, we work with academic institutions in terms of enhancing their capacity within the different disciplines, in particular when it comes to Islamic finance. So these are the different, just an example of the type of institutions we work with in offering different types of qualification and professional courses. We do have another professional, executive professional program that we run in collaboration with Coventry University. It's a 5-day master's program. It's a 5-day summer school whereby we take people from this part of the world to the UK. And the idea is to enhance their understanding of not only Islamic finance, but also enhance their capabilities when it comes to soft skills through the exposure, visit, meeting, and engaging with seasoned professionals and subject matter experts within Islamic finance industry. So it's a 5-day program hosted in Coventry. And in fact, the next one is taking place in November, between 13th and 17th of November. So if you wish to sign up for this, we'll be very happy to share more information on this. This is just a side note I wanted to share, that this is, among other things, we're also offering this as the center. And there are also other research and development related programs that we offer, or research and development related initiatives that the center is offering as we speak, for banks and financial institutions, as for the regulators, as well as working with some key players in the market in offering some solutions. I see some questions, so I'll quickly just take that maybe. Schedule of starting the class. The next intake for the ADIF program, so usually is between so it starts in October. So the next intake is on, in fact, it's actually very, very close. It's next week that the semester starts, but you can also sign up for it in January as well. So there are 2 intakes usually. One is October, and the other one is in January every year. That's to answer the question of Brother Abdul Haq. And there's the chat. Will you send the video through email, and the net is getting interrupted? Okay. That's for Brother Hassan to answer. Maybe Taif can help on that. Just very, very quickly now, in terms of the ADIF program, I'll continue this. Maybe this may answer some of the questions that you may have. So it's, as I said, it's the level 9 this is the level 9 when it comes to national quality framework of Bahrain. It is probably the only qualification that is being run for this long. So since 2003 till today, the program is offered. The program is composed of 7 modules. In fact, there are 6 modules, but 2 are interconnected. So it starts with Islamic commercial jurisprudence. There is Islamic treasury and capital markets. There is accounting for Islamic financial institutions. There is business, banking, and trust law. This goes in hand with the auditing and ethics. And then we've got a full-fledged module on takaful, and the last but not least, Islamic banking operations. So the composure of the nature of the sixth module is such that it's very, very comprehensive, and each of the module is about 300 to 400 pages. So it's a very comprehensive program. There's no prerequisite to it. So you don't have to have, for example, a certain qualification to sign up for this. Although we do stress that there should be a bachelor's program, that you should have a bachelor's or undergraduate qualification, so that you can sign up for this. However, as we speak, is being relaxed as a requirement. However, in that case, the qualification may not be the NQF level 9 qualification. There are more than 1,000 people who have taken up this qualification. And of course, these are taught. This is very, very important for us to highlight that these programs, also this qualification in particular, is not taught by just academics. Although BIBF is an academic institution, however, it's not a university. The idea, the way we operate and the way we wish to work is to bridge the gap between academia and the industry. So I think that's a role that we at BIBF we play, and we play through this various initiatives that we have. One of them is our teachers, our lecturers are not just academics. They are working for some of either they have worked for well-known institutions in the past, or they're at present working for an Islamic financial institution, and that's how they bring practice into their their teaching methods, so that the gap can be bridged between the academics and academia as well as the industry. So, for example, the Islamic Treasury and Capital Markets module, very, very important module, is actually taught by a head of capital markets and treasury at one of the largest institutions in Bahrain, Islamic financial institution. Similarly, when it comes to Islamic banking operations, this is taught by a very, very experienced banker who has worked and led the operations of bank in the industry. Similarly, when it comes to takaful, the case is the same. So on and so forth. So this is very, very important, because usually, but you may realize that, of course, you may know that there is a gap when it comes to theoretical understanding and the practical implications. Here, we are trying to bridge the gap so that when somebody who qualifies from an ADIF program, they are well versed with how the practice of the how the practice takes place. And so that they don't have to go back, and the employer doesn't have to teach them everything from scratch. When it comes to the schedule, as a brother asked, the schedule is very, very straightforward. There are usually 2 semesters. One starts from October and finishes in January, followed by an exam. Second starts from February till July. And that's how you close up the full year program as we speak. So each of the module has 15 credits, and there are requirements for 48 hours for each of the modules. So usually when it comes to physical classes, they're run in the evening. But given that you may be in different parts of the world, this can be run, you can join the classes virtually, you can join the classes if you like physically. And there is a third option that we have, is offering this qualification as a distance learning program. So distance learning is another, it's the third option, the way you can sign up for the program, and you don't have to take the classes. We'll do a prep class for you closer to the exam, and then you can sit for an exam and take the qualification. Of course, the distance learning program will be a far discounted rate, for a far discounted fee than than a program with the training, etc. The classes for physical and virtual people who may wish to join virtually are run 3 days a week for each of the modules. So there are 6 to 9 p.m. Bahrain time, which is GMT plus 3 these days. So who should take the qualifications? Of course, anyone and everyone can take these qualifications. These are very, very important qualification, because it's not just covering the banking side, it covers the kaful side, it covers the capital market side. So it's a very, very comprehensive program. And of course, it doesn't take into account your background understanding of Islamic finance. So anyone can sign up, and inshallah, by the time you finish the program, you will be qualified individual to start working in the Islamic banking and finance industry, or at best have a good understanding of Islamic finance if you operate within the traditional finance. Now, what is cherry on the cake, and I always say this, is the fast track route that ADIF offers you. So some of the people may be interested in taking up an academic qualification after the ADIF program. So, ADIF actually benefits from this great relationship that we have with Coventry University, whereby graduates of ADIF program will actually take a fast-track master's from Coventry University in the UK. So you can actually, once you complete ADIF program, you have to take another 4 to 5 modules followed by dissertation, and all of that can be done virtually for you to receive a degree from the Coventry University in the UK. We do also have an affiliation with that for an MBA program from University of Bolton, and we also have an understanding and relationship with AOFI to offer 2 exemptions for the AOFI SIPA qualification. So that's again, this is again for the ADIF graduates. That's where we stand. In terms of just wanting to give you a flavor of what kind of people who have taken this qualification. I'm not saying that these are the people who have taken ADIF program and that's why they've actually scaled up or the ladder, professional ladder. However, I wanted to highlight that some of the people are very, very senior people. For example, the ADIF graduate, one of them is actually CEO of a bank here in Bahrain. The second one is a very, very senior partner at PwC. So I'm sure there are 100 other things that they've done in terms of taking their credentials to what they are and their success. But ADIF did play a role, or these are the people who have actually graduated from ADIF program. Similarly, there are some people who work for Bahrain Development Bank at the United Bank in Bahrain. So I'll take a pause here just to answer any questions, and if there are any hand raised, I'll be very happy to do that. Okay, the brother Abdullahi Abdu, the advanced diploma course that is a master's equivalent, what is the cost? Is there an arrangement to pay in local currency, Naira? Third, can I have the payment arrangement beyond the period of the course completion date? Okay, dear brother, I think what will be beneficial, the cost of this program is 2,400 Bahraini dinars if you're attending full-time classes as well. The cost reduces to $2,000 only. So for 2,400 dinars, which is about 7,400 USD, if you're taking full-time classes, virtually or physically. However, if you're taking a program the distance learning, then the cost is only $2,000. In terms of arrangement for payment, I mean, I think this is something that is manageable and can be sorted. What I would request is either you reach out to me at rmalik@bibf.com. I'll write my email as well here at the bottom, and then I'll connect you to my colleagues, and inshallah they'll discuss it further with you. Okay, so that's done. Okay, that's done. So okay, from Shehu Ibrahim Idris. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Rizwan. For some of us in Nigeria, do you have a partnership with some notable financial institutions and banks such that ADIF and other qualification would be accepted for employment and consulting purpose? Brother, it's a very good point. In fact, ADIF is actually part of fit and proper criteria or mandated by the Central Bank of Bahrain for control positions. So this is one of the qualifications that is accepted for some control positions in Bahrain, and I'm sure other organizations or other regulators will follow the same. In fact, we have started this discussion, but it has not been I can't tell you for sure if this qualification has the same kind of standing in other jurisdictions around the world. We have got people who have taken qualifications from Nigeria as well as some other parts of Africa. and I'm sure that this will be accepted when it comes to local banks and financial institutions. I can't talk for the regulator. So we'll be happy to explore it further with you. I'll drop you an email as well. Rafi Shoeli, is there any financial aid or scholarship for the program? Brother, there is some scholarship, there is some support available for people who are based in Bahrain and are Bahraini. This is actually not coming from BIBF. This is coming from the Bahrain local social fund, and that supports the talent development within the industry. So they do support some, part of the fee when it comes to Bahrain-based Bahraini individuals. There are some people who have asked for. I'll just drop my email. If you have any further inquiries, please let me know. Brother Asan, somebody has raised a hand, so maybe if you can, if time permits, we can allow them to ask questions.
Sure, definitely.
Okay. Brother Abdul Haq. Assalamualaikum, brother.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullah.
Alaikum assalam.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm glad to attend this session. Jazakallah khair. Is it necessary to enroll in this ADIF diploma course or not? Because I have already done my master's in Islamic finance. That is from University of Calicut in Kerala. So will it be equivalent to this diploma course? Is my question. And the next, and the next question is, after enrollment and after getting this diploma 4 months or 5 months later, so how this will connect to the employment opportunities? Apart from learnings, education, knowledge, information related to Islamic finance, it a good cause. But at the same time, along with knowledge and everything, it should generate some openings or opportunities in this finance, Islamic finance stream. So will you please guide me or share some information that after doing this ADIF diploma course, how that ADIF or organizers will help us in getting the employment opportunities in this field? Jazakallah.
Thank you, dear brother Abdul Haq. Very, very pertinent and important question. So thank you for that. In terms of your first question, if the masters that you've already done from University of Calicut, if that is accepted as part of, and potentially I think you're alluding to getting some exemption for ADIF if not complete. So we are not aware of that program that you've already done. In fact, what would be possible, what would be beneficial is for you to connect us with your university, and we can explore a potential collaboration around this. So the idea is that two institutions have to talk to each other to understand the content that they have and how it can cross, or at least one of them offers exemption for some of the other qualifications that the students have completed. So at the moment, certainly there is no exemption, or we can't actually judge it because we haven't looked at it. So but having going forward, if we depending on how the discussions go, we can, and this is true for any institution around the world, we can discuss with each other and see if what exemptions we can offer to the graduates of certain programs, be it bachelor's or master's. So that's to answer the first question. In terms of the second question, brother, in terms of job prospects, now that is, as you would know, that is a subject by itself. Now, certainly, what I can say is, and we've got the profiles in front of you. These are the people who have taken the ADIF program, but I did stress on the point that this is not the main reason why they have been or reached where they have. However, certainly when it comes to Bahrain in particular and the GCC in general, programs like ADIF, they are not offered. There are not very many programs that are offered at this level. In fact, I can't think of another program that is offered at this level. So yes, the job prospects may increase, but in terms of guaranteeing something, unfortunately, we are not in that position to guarantee anything. But yes, given that a program is mandated in a country like Bahrain, so people would look up to that. But we don't have a relationship where we offer employment or graduate schemes, after the ADIF program. But what we have seen is people, have, the job prospects have increased. In fact, the success has increased with ADIF program. So we certainly are not in a position to guarantee anything, but prospects can increase, inshallah. We've got another question, I think, by Brother Najm. Brother Najm, you've raised your hand, so you're allowed to unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alaikum salam.
Sir, my question is that you mentioned that if a candidate has qualified CIPA from AOFI, there will be some exemptions. You were talking about that, but sorry, I could not hear that properly.
So it was the other way around. So basically, people who have taken ADIF qualification, they are exempted from 2 modules of AOFI SIPA.
But on the basis of SIPA, you are not giving any exemption?
On the basis of SIPA, at the moment, we don't have exemptions, but that is something certainly we can look into. For example, the accounting qualification in particular.
Yeah. And secondly, how the exams are conducted for these modules of advanced diploma?
So yes, so exams are, so the invigilation or so that assessment happens through 2 ways. One is there are 60% marks assigned to the exam. So there's a proper written exam that we have, and the remaining 40% is for the assignments. So this can be 1 assignment, 2 assignments. Exam is composed of both multiple choice questions as well as essay writing questions based on case studies and things like this.
And for the distance learning, how the exams will be conducted? Like I'm living within GCC, I'm living, but not in Bahrain.
It be conducted online through a portal.
And once you have completed the advanced diploma, you are talking about some British university that we have to go for some module and we can have master's degree from that institute, right?
That's right. So we've got an arrangement with Coventry University whereby graduates of ADIF program can take fast-track masters, as we call it. Of course, it's independent of BIBF, but we have got a relationship with them.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Jazakumullah khair.
Pleasure, brother. Thank you. I look forward to hearing from you. Brother Abu Bakr or Brother Salum? Assalamu alaikum, Brother Salum. Brother Abu Bakr?
Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
This course is all about online, or there's something face-to-face in Bahrain there?
Yeah, we run proper physical classes.
There's no physical classes?
There are physical classes, brother.
Okay, about the physical classes, can I have some clarification about that?
Sure. Would you like to ask now, or would you like us to get in touch later on?
Of course, now.
Okay, please go ahead.
Yeah, if I want to join the physical classes, what should I do?
Sorry, I missed your question.
For example, when I want to join the physical classes, what should I do?
What shall you do? Or you would like to, you will have to register with the program. So there are 2 intakes. One starts in October and the other one starts in January next year.
Okay. October 2023, that means next month.
In fact, actually, yes, next month is starting.
How does that cost?
Sorry?
How does it cost? How much does it cost?
It cost Bahraini 2,400 dinars, which is equivalent to around $7,500 for the whole year.
Okay. Okay. If it is online, it's how much then?
If it's online with classes, it costs roughly the same.
2,000. You said 2,000. How many $1,000 again? Can you come again? Let me
For
note it
distance learning, brother, is 2,500, 400.
down.
Sorry,
2,000.
2,000 USD for distance learning. For physical or virtual classes, it's
Okay.
7,500 USD.
Thank you so much.
Does that answer your question?
Yes, Rizwan, we may proceed to the presentation. Continue.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, the second program, I just wanted to very quickly, although this is not the main reason why we have this session today, but I also wanted to share with you very quickly the second program, the details of the second program, which is Advanced Diploma in Islamic Commercial Jurisprudence. As I said, this is a program which focuses on Islamic commercial jurisprudence. It focuses on fiqh and fiqh al-muamalat. In particular, so this is targeted to people who may want to enhance their understanding of Sharia and its application in the Islamic banking and finance industry. So this is the program that we offer, the second program. This is generally composed of about 7 modules and one research subject, research methodology. So there are different modules. There are theory of contracts, objectives of law, Islamic financial transactions, fiqh and zakah, fiqh of takaful, Sharia auditing. So these are the modules that we have. Just like the program, the ADIF program, there are 2 semesters for this as well. One runs from January. So this one, there are only 2. It starts next year. It doesn't start this year. January till April, and the second semester starts from June till September. In terms of the credits, there are 30 hours for each of the module, and these are usually run in the first 10 days of each month. So the calendar is slightly different when it comes to ADIF J program. We call it ADIF J in short. This is from 6 to 9 on the first 10 days of every month. This is usually how we offer. For now, it doesn't have any future fast track master's program, but we are in discussion with certain universities to offer this. These are just some of the select graduates who have taken these qualifications. Some of them work for within the Sharia department, product development department at the central bank, who have taken this qualification, and they have gone up to enhance their understanding and enhance their understanding and knowledge of the subject itself. So that's from my side. But I wanted to keep it short and sweet. However, I do want to mention that people who wish to sign up for these courses through TAIF, there are some special discounts that are offered, and I think Brother Hassan can announce that. But there are some special offerings or special discounts that we have when it comes to coming through TAIF program. So I think that can be the another way you can actually benefit from this engagement and the relationship that we have with TAIF in offering these programs. I'll just look at some Q&A tab. There are some questions. Rafiu Shole, is there any financial aid or scholarship for the program? Unfortunately, so as I explained, there are some financial support available, but these are available generally for people who are based in Bahrain and are Bahraini. So this is not offered by BIBF. This is offered by the local social security fund. So just to answer that, how many exemptions for SEPA, brother? Brother Najam, there are 2 modules that are exempted from SEPA qualification. Okay, so I'm from Pakistan. Is there any scholarship? And how can I get Islamic banking certificate? Now, in addition to, as I mentioned, in addition to these professional qualification, BIBF runs various different courses, training programs on a weekly basis. In fact, just today, this week, we are running 3 courses, short courses, but we are running 3 short courses during this week. One on Islamic mutual funds, one on legal risk, one on fundamentals of Islamic banking and finance. So you can always sign up for these short courses. These are offered at very, very discounted price when it comes to people who are outside Bahrain. For people who are in Bahrain, there are, of course, different rules that applies. They can go through their institutions and they can sign up for these courses, these short courses. I've already answered the question when it comes to scholarships. So that's done. So Salam, brother from brother Abdul Kamara. Salam, brother. I am from Gambia, got MSc from Islamic Finance in CF. I was wondering if this course would be necessary for me, given that I already obtained. Secondly, brother, you are the best person to judge if you require a qualification like this. If you've got a master's in Islamic finance, then you already have a sound understanding of Islamic finance. If you do think that ADIF program can be of benefit to you, then certainly you can always do it. But I leave it for you to judge and make a decision around that. But it's certainly very, very beneficial for anyone and everyone to take up the ADIF program because it's such a comprehensive program. Secondly, I heard you talk about collaboration. Gambia is recently starting Islamic finance in the university curriculum. Brother, we will be very, very open to have any kind of collaboration with anyone in Gambia, inshallah. So if there is anything that you have in mind, please connect us and we'll be very, very happy. We'll be very, very happy to initiate the dialogue with them, inshallah. So thank you very much for that, brother. Fatay, diploma program, how will it go for Nigerians to participate? So as I explained, you can actually participate virtually if you wish to. The next intake is in October, first week of October. So if you wish to sign up for this, please, you're more than welcome to do that. You can join virtually as there are virtual classes that are run, hybrid classes. So there are physical and virtual people who join from different parts of the world. However, if you wish to take the course in October, please let us know as soon as possible so the process can be completed. Otherwise, you can always sign up for it in the next semester when it runs in February, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum, Dr. Rizwan. For some of us in Nigeria, do you have partnership with some notable financial institutions and banks such as that? I think this question has been answered earlier. We have got people who have graduated from Nigeria, but we don't have any active relationship with a bank that they will either they will accept or reject. So we don't have that. However, I don't see I don't see a reason that they will not accept, given that this course is part of fit and proper criteria and mandated by Central Bank of Bahrain. So if a regulator as advanced as Central Bank of Bahrain has, is making it mandatory for the control positions, I don't see a reason why it wouldn't be for other countries and why it cannot be generalized for other countries. So that will answer your question, inshallah. There are some questions in the chat. Salam, sir. Just wanted to know about the offline classes. Sorry, I late joined. So the ADIF program is offered as ADIF program is offered as a distance learning program as well. So you can always sign up for the program, and then you can register for the program, and the fee is very, very discounted. In that way, there will be no classes that will be offered. However, you can always register for the prep class. The prep class will be delivered just before the exam. So each exam you'll have a prep class which will be comprehensive. That is something that we'll offer as a distance learning. But you can always register for the program with the classes as well if you think appropriate. As I said, the price for the for the distance learning is far economical than the one with the classes. Okay, there are a few other questions that have come in now. Or maybe I'll just show them. One of them is okay. Salam, is this certificate international recognized or only in the GCC? It's certainly internationally recognized, dear brother Akbar. It's a very comprehensive program, so it is definitely recognized and accepted. And in fact, we've got various people who have graduated from this program in different parts of the world. You talk about some short certification. What is the minimum cost? Dear brother, I request you to visit BIBF website for the short courses. There are a lot of courses that we offer you go to BIBF or you go to TAIF page that brother Hassan has shared. You look at the Islamic finance qualification, you look at the details, and you can sign up for any of them if you think appropriate. Dear brother Abdu, I answered the question for the collaboration with Gambia. Unfortunately, we don't really have any collaboration as we speak, but we'll be very open to explore collaboration with the universities in Gambia, inshallah. Can we get those details of the flyer? Yes, so thank you, brother Hassan, for sharing this. Dr. Amreen Sajjad, have you any branch in Pakistan? Unfortunately, we don't really have any branch in Pakistan, but we work with the various institutions in Pakistan in offering some of the qualifications. We've run various programs for some of the banks and financial institutions. We work with NIBAF, we work with SPP, and we have served Mizan Bank and other banks in Pakistan. Okay, brother Kazim, what is the qualifications for applying for this program, especially people from Nigeria? As I mentioned earlier, I mean, there are no prerequisite. There was a prerequisite of having a bachelor's program. It's only recommended. However, if you don't have a bachelor's program or an undergraduate program qualification, this program will not be level 9 qualification when it comes to the local quality national quality framework. However, you're more than welcome to sign up for the program if you think this is the right program for you.
Excuse me, brother Rizwan, I'm sure you'll be running out of time as well. Do you want to take the live questions? The whole purpose of conducting this session is to spread information. I know people can go to the websites and look at the banners and flyers, but having a conversation with the right person, getting the answers live is most important. So this session will benefit later on to the people as well, inshallah. Can we take the live questions?
Sure. Let me just answer this very quickly. Will there be any placement assistance after the course? I think this is a question that I've already answered earlier. So in fact, there are no placements that are guaranteed, but certainly it will enhance the probability of finding employment. In terms of people who are asking by voice, please feel free to ask Abdulaziz Mirani. Brother, you've got a question. Brother Abdulaziz, you can unmute yourself and ask the question.
Oh yeah, hi. Adib, right? Sorry, just checking. You were saying just now. Assalamu alaikum. Sorry, first of all. Just checking. I'm a student from Singapore, and I do not have a degree, an undergraduate degree. I only have a diploma in, I think, accounting and finance. And just now, like you said, just previously, you said that if I can, there is no prerequisite for degree, but if I take it without a degree, it will be non-level 9, right? Non-level.
Yeah, it will not be level 9. In some countries, I must ensure I mentioned this thing. In some countries, of course, you don't have to have bachelor's to do a master's, but in some countries, you have to have a bachelor's to do master's program. So in this case, because you will not have a bachelor's program, and because we have got a relationship with Coventry University, where you can take a master's program after passing ADIF. However, when you come back, you might realize that your Ministry of Education or the regulatory organization, they may not they may not regard your master's equal to the same program because you don't have a bachelor's. So this is something that you will have to look at in your country, in Singapore. If what is the case there. However, when it comes to ADIF program, you're more than welcome to register for the program, and it won't be level 9, and then we will issue. You'll have to also confirm to us or an undertaking that if your qualification, whatever qualification you take up afterwards, and if this is not approved by your local Ministry of Education or whoever the regulator is, then BIBF won't be responsible for it. So we want to make it very, very clear for you before you sign up for any of these things.
Okay, because the school that my diploma actually has a progression to the normal degree for Coventry. I have links to like the what do you call it, distance learning degrees for Coventry in Singapore. So if
That's
I take the
but that's for bachelor's, right? Not for master's.
Yeah, so bachelor's, correct. So if I take the bachelor's first, then I will take the ADIF, right? So after that, I can continue the progression to the master's lah. But if I take it without the undergraduate, for example, without a degree, when I take the ADIF, it may not be recognized, like you said, in our local degree.
ADIF will be recognized, dear brother, but if you go on to do masters from Coventry, that may not be recognized.
I see. Sorry for the
ADIF will be recognized because ADIF is a professional qualification.
It's the oldest. Correct.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, can I'll just look out for the website for the prerequisites and everything lah. Thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother Abdulaziz. Okay, somebody has a very, very similar name to me. In fact, it's the same name. So Rizwan, you've got a question, brother? Muhammad Rizwan Malik, do you have a question? Maybe then by mistake, the hand has been raised. Walaikum salam.
Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, yes.
Sir, I am from belong from Bahawalpur and now in NRSP Islamic Microfinance Division as a in charge Sharia compliance. And I have done my MS from International Islamic University. Last few days, I have done my CSAA, MS Islamic Finance. I have done my MS Islamic Finance in International Islamic University from Islamabad, and also I have done MSc in Economics from International Islamic University. In last week, I have done CSAA. Can you guide me how can improve my career in such a situation? Because in Janubi Punjab, Bahawalpur, or in Pakistan, there is no, I say, there's no opportunities for students to move forward in their careers or in their educations or in their qualification.
So you work for which organization?
NRSP, Islamic Microfinance.
Islamic Microfinance, and you've
this bank having 40 Islamic banks and 5 to 6 Islamic banking windows, and going to move more windows in Pakistan. NRSP having 2 divisions. One is conventional and one is Islamic.
And is it okay? So given that, brother, you're already working, which is already a success, mashallah. So you're working for an organization and you are working within the discipline that you specialize in. So I think that is already a great achievement by itself. Maybe you're discounting it a little bit. However, when it comes to future employment opportunities, I think probably Pakistan is probably one of the best placed market when it comes to Islamic banking and finance, given that the whole economy is going to be converted into Islamic or a Sharia-based economy, right? Now there has been one bank that has been converted, which is Faisal Bank, has been converted to a fully Sharia compliant bank, and then there are various other institutions that are being converted into Islamic or Sharia compliant, as we understand. So certainly, of course, brother, education is one part of any professional growth or success. There comes various other factors that one has to take into account and continue the journey, because at the end of the day, it's a journey that we take when it comes to career and employment opportunities. I'm not sure if you've explored discussion with the, some of the big banks in the country, maybe Mizan, maybe Al Falah and others. I think those probably would be better placed when you've already got the prerequisite in terms of your qualifications and things. Yeah, and once you have got the experience that you have, through this NRSP microfinance institution, I'm sure that the other you'll be better placed in terms of your prospects in finding employment in some of the major banks in the country, depending on if you wish to work at a bank. The Kafir organizations are other places that are slowly, slowly picking up pace. So I'm not sure what type of institution. It's a very, very open and general question, so I'll keep it very, very general. Depending on where your interest is, I'm sure there are a lot of institutions, and maybe we can connect offline, and maybe potentially we can discuss at a different time, or maybe one-to-one, in the interest of everyone's time here. So perhaps I feel that there are no other questions, dear Brother Hassan. So I would like to thank everyone for joining for this session. My details are with you. Please reach out to me if I can be of any assistance through this program, through other offerings, or through we can discuss anything and everything, inshallah. If I can be of any assistance over and above the programs and BIBF and ADIF, please let us know, and inshallah we'll be only happy to support where possible. So I would like to thank you all very much. If you happen to join the programs, please do through ADIF. You'll get some special discounts. Inshallah we can, we look forward to seeing you at the programs, the professional qualifications or the short programs that we offer. So inshallah, we look forward to continuing this dialogue as well. So I would like to thank you all for joining, and as well as ADIF for organizing this very, very productive session. Inshallah, I certainly benefited from it, and I hope you did as well. And inshallah, we look forward to speaking to you soon as well. So assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Over to you, Brother Hassan.
Wa alaikum assalam, Rizwan. Thank you very much, and I'm again very much thankful for BIBF to collaborate with ADIF and giving this opportunity, and looking forward to have more and more beneficial sessions for the people, inshallah, for Ummah.
Inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum.